Hi, welcome to Inner Abundant Mindset Podcast. This is a short, no nonsense podcast training to assist you in shifting and clearing some of the blocks and mindset that you might have picked up over the years. My name's Jolene Philbrick, and I am your host and author of Reflection and From Tears to Triumph. You can learn more about me at www.jolenphilbrick.com. And there you can receive a free MP3. It's a meditation called Money, Wealth, and Abundance. And as you listen to it, it helps reshift some of those beliefs that we might have picked up over the years. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about how to set yourself up for success with 6 easy steps. Now, to me, this is a magical time of year because you can start fresh. This time of year is about reflecting on what has been and what you want to accomplish in the new year, and to freely listen to your heart, your intuition, and to be open to what you will receive in the coming year. You never know what surprises the universe has in store for you. So this is the perfect time to look back over the year. Winter time is about going within. And you think about all the things that you've done and you celebrate those accomplishments. And it's just one of those ways that I celebrate the new year. And another thing I do is I get together with a friend every year and we review our goals from the previous year. And I'm always amazed at what I accomplished. And I pick one hairy, scary goal that really scares me so I can stretch and grow into it. And a few years ago, my hairy goal was to learn podcasting. And look at me today. I'm out there, my voice is being said. I'm doing these impromptu trainings, and I love it. And the best part is when I interview a guest, I get to learn something new, and I get to have a new insight on a topic, whatever they're talking about. So it's really fun. I really enjoy it. But back to my friend. So every year we set our goals and we kind of like pick our big brainstorm goal for the year. And then we break it down into the first quarter, because if you look at the year, it's too overwhelming and you can't do it. But if you can break it down to like 3 months, and then you go, okay, what do I want to accomplish in that 3 months? Then you take that 3 months and you break it down to the first month. And then you decide what are the goals you're going to do for that first month. And then you figure out this week, what can I do this week towards my goal for the month, which is my quarterly goal, which is my yearly goal. So isn't that really cool how you can break it down? So what's really funny, I have to tell you a cute little story. Last quarter, it's springtime, second quarter, I was dating this guy and I wasn't feeling really cherished and respected. And he kept counseling, and his daughter was more important, work was more important. And I just got tired of being disappointed. So I wrote in my relationship goal, I wanted to be respected and cherished and honored. And you know what the funny thing was? It disappeared. Like the rest of my goal template was there, except relationship. It had the header, but everything I wrote under it disappeared. And my friend was teasing me. She goes, "What'd you do? Write it in disappearing ink?" So we had a good laugh over that. So anyhow, the question I want you to ask yourself is, what is one thing you want to accomplish in each area of your life? So we've been doing this for many years, like over 6 years. I think this is going on our 7th now. And we have learned if we pick, some people say pick 10 categories and, pick a goal for each category. In the beginning we did that and half of them failed. We found out we could only do 3, maybe 4 big goals. So the categories we use is business, health, fun, And sometimes we throw relationship in there if it's something that we want to work on. So, what is important for you is to pick your topics. And then in that area, you want to break it down. And if, here's the thing, if you're really good in one category, don't put it on the list. Like for me, I'm really strong in spirituality. I get up every morning, I meditate, I do my inner work. So I don't need to set a goal around this because I'm already strong in this category. Where I might be weak is exercise. I don't like to exercise, but I do like to walk. So I could put, walk the lake as part of my goal, like 3 times a week. For relationship, I'm not with anybody right now. So if I'm going to choose relationship, it's about me being kind to me. Stop that inner critic, be happier, play more, have more fun, smile, talk to people. When you're in the grocery store, have you ever talked to the checker? Half the time they're feeling neglected and somebody just yelled at them. And I always try to brighten them up. And they say to me, "Wow, I'm really glad you stopped by today." And that's how I know that I'm in helping somebody. So anyhow, you got to decide what goal is important for you. And then just thinking about the goal and the outcome really isn't enough. There's those experts like Tony Robbins and Terry Cole Whitaker and Brian Tracy, Deepak Chopra, and so many more. I can't even name them all. But they've written books on how to do your goals. And Charles Schwab did this exercise and he built $1 million business, Schwab tires. Anyhow, every night before he goes to bed, he'd write out his 6 most important things to do the next day that would move him towards his goal. And then he would work on those 6 things during the day. And if he didn't get all 6 done, and say he only got 4 done, he took the remaining 2 and put it at the top of the list and redid 4 more and worked on his 6 goals. So for me, 6 is a little much. I can't do 6. I can do about 3, maybe 4. I get sidetracked. I'm really that shiny penny. I go running. So 4 is good for me. So find a number that works for you. Because remember, you want to feel successful as you do this. You don't want to, make yourself feel like a failure. So here's 4 important questions to ask yourself when you're working on your goals. What's the step you need to take to achieve the goal? So what are the steps you need to take to achieve it? And then why do you want to achieve this goal? And then what do you need to release? Like, what do you need to let go of that's no longer working for you? So the first question is, let's take it and break it down into, let's say you want to have a savings goal. This year you want to save $1,200. So what are the steps you need to achieve that goal? Well, you could easily save $100 a month. And that $100, you could break it down to $25 a week. That means don't go out for one dinner or, save $25 somehow. And by the end of the year, the 25 goes into 50, 75, and you got your 100 for the month. And then you save that, and in the end of the year, you have your $1,200. So taking action is the most important part of the goal. So you need to know what the goal is, and then you need to know your why. And the reason why your why is so important is because it's going to be the fuel, the determination that gets you going when all of a sudden you're going, I don't want to do this. And then you remember your why. Why do you want to do this? Oh, that's right. My goal is to save $1,200 this year so I can go to Paris next year. Woohoo! I'm on vacation. Now I have a goal. I'm excited. I'm really going to work towards saving that $100. So now you have your why and you feel good about it. So the minute you're thinking, do I want to spend $25 on this blouse or do I want to go to Paris? I mean, hello. So, you got to put it in terms of A or B. And there's going to be, roadblocks that come up. And it could be your limited thinking or a fear or your own beliefs. But just stay on track and believe that you can do it. And it is possible to save that $100 a month. So now is the time to get really clear on what has stopped you in the past isn't what can stop you today. So, you can look at your past and go, oh yeah, every Friday I'd go out with my friends and we'd go out to dinner and we might go, do something and I'd spend $50 and I could skip 2 of those and save my $100. So analyze your life and see how you can work it so you could set your goal and accomplish it. So here are some tips or steps to help you set effective goals. So 1, you want to be really clear. You want to set a goal and you want to set a date so you can achieve it. So what my friend and I do is we communicate every Monday. I have an accountability buddy and I say, this is what I'm going to do for this week. And in our quarterly, we have to check in and say, did you meet that 3-month goal? So we have a weekly goal, a quarterly goal, and a year goal. So then, it's all kind of set up. So see if you can find a friend or an accountability buddy to help, you have this accountability with them on your goals and vice versa. You're being accountable, they're being accountable to you. Okay, second, you want to set your priorities. So you don't want to get overwhelmed because let me tell you, it doesn't work. So too many goals overwhelms you. So you want to have a couple and you want to put your attention on the most important one, write it down. It keeps it more focused. And third, you want to keep your goals really small because if they're too large, then it's impossible. You just can't do it. You just go, oh my God, it's too big. Like right now, you're talking to 50 people and your goal is to talk to a stadium. Well, there's a big jump there. So you got to be practical about it. Make it goals realistic. And here's another tip. Set performance goals, not outcome goals. So this is about your performance. How can you keep moving forward? Pick a word: motivation, consistency, perseverance, be bold, be brave. Pick a word that you can go back to and say, oh yeah, I'm setting my goals and how can I be consistent to get the work done so I can meet that goal. And then also, like I mentioned earlier, be realistic. You can't set a goal that's too high because you're going to set yourself up for failure. And there may be some things that you need to learn. It's let's say you want to do an online program, but you don't know anything about the computer. So step 1 is you got to learn how the computer works, and then you can move up into the online program. When I started this whole business, I didn't even know how to turn the computer on. I had to go to college. I'm like this 80-year-old woman. Really, I'm not 80, but I'm just kidding. In the class, and the teacher says, turn on the computer. And I go, okay, how? And the young whippersnapper next to me goes, the button right here. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I was that much of a beginner. But we all start somewhere, and look at me now. I've got all the technology down for podcasting and ClickFunnels and all this other stuff. So be patient. It takes time. And when you achieve your goal, give yourself a celebration. You know, that's one of the things we always forget is to celebrate and go, woohoo, I did it. You know, call somebody up or treat yourself to something, or, you know, do something for yourself to say you accomplished this. And it's fun when you share it with somebody. So all of these tips and techniques I just shared with you, they help build your confidence, because if you reach your goal, you're feeling stronger and more significant and confident and brave, and you did all this stuff, and you can look back and go, wow, look how far I've grown. So I want to leave you with this thought. What is the one thing you'd like to accomplish this year? And if you follow those steps that we just went through, it will help you in achieving your goal. Now, if you're having a really hard time with mind chatter or thinking about these beliefs that you want to set, you know, just drop me a line and email me at jolynn@jolynnphilbrick.com. Put mindset in the subject line. And I'd love to hear from you and have a conversation and see if I could support and help you in any way. So this is it for today's training. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy New Year and good luck in the next year. Bye.